Okay, here's a script based on your requests. Since you asked for it in English, I've created it in English. Scene start. Scene 1, the attic discovery. Sound, creaking floorboards, dust motes dancing in a single ray of sunlight. Narrator voiceover, slightly breathless. I hadn't been up in my parents' attic in years. Boxes piled high, forgotten memories, and then I found it. An old VHS tape. Family Camp 98 scrawled on the label. Sound VCR, whirring, static. Narrator, we were so happy then, or so I thought. As I watched the grainy footage, something felt off. The trees seemed too dark, the shadows too deep. And then I saw him, just a glimpse at first, in the background, tall, impossibly thin, no face. Sound. A subtle, high-pitched whine begins. Narrator, I paused the tape, rewound. There again, further back this time. Always watching, I asked my parents about it. They just looked pale, said I was imagining things. But I knew what I saw. Sound. The whine gets slightly louder. Narrator, every time I watched the tape, he was closer. Standing at the edge of the forest, then behind my sister as she roasted marshmallows, finally, right outside our tent. Sound. A sharp static burst. The tape cuts out. Narrator, I can't watch it anymore, but I know he's still out there. Watching. Scene end. Scene 2, the vanishing town. Sound. Wind howling through empty streets. A lone dog barking. Narrator, a friend told me about this town. A place where kids just disappear. Once every few decades, a handful vanish without a trace. Taken by the kami, the old folks whisper. Narrator, I visited the local historical society. Dust-covered files, yellowed newspaper clippings. The details were always the same: missing children. No witnesses, no explanation. Sound. Rustling paper. A librarian clearing his throat. Narrator, then I saw the photos. Group shots of town events, school plays, and in the background, always lurking, was a tall, dark figure. A man in a suit, impossibly tall, face obscured by shadow. Narrator, the librarian didn't see him, said the photos were normal, but I knew. This year was the year the children would be taken again. Sound. Children's laughter, suddenly cut short. Narrator, I left town. I don't know if I helped anyone, but I couldn't stay there anymore. Scene end. Scene 3, slender sickness. Sound. Coughing, labored breathing. Narrator, it started with a cough. A dry, hacking cough that wouldn't go away. Then came the nightmares. Twisted figures in the woods, faceless men in suits. Narrator, the doctors ran tests. Nothing. They said it was stress, but I knew it was more than that. Sound. Typing on a keyboard, mouse clicks. Narrator, I started searching online, desperate, and then I found it: slender sickness. The early symptoms of being stalked by the Slender Man. Narrator, paranoia, nightmares, coughing, and then the operator symbol. A circle with an X through it. I didn't know what it meant, but as I read more, a cold dread washed over me. Sound. Pen scratching on paper. Narrator, I looked down at my notebook, and there it was, scrawled in the corner, almost unconsciously. The operator symbol. He was already inside my head. Scene end. Scene 4, the observer. Sound. Low, droning hum. Narrator, we don't see him as a monster, as a destroyer. We see him as a shepherd, guiding the chosen to the next stage of existence. Narrator, my role is simple: observe, document. I watch the candidates, waiting for them to reach maturity. Their lives unravel, their minds break. It's all part of the process. Sound. Surveillance camera clicks, distorted voices. Narrator, but lately, I've been having doubts. Watching their suffering, seeing their families torn apart. Is this really for the greater good? Or are we just monsters in our own right? Narrator, I saw him last night, the target. He was praying, but I know it's not for good intentions. Narrator, his eyes met mine for just a second. The eyes of a monster. And now, it's my turn to run. Scene end. Sound. Distant static, growing louder. A single, piercing scream. Scene end.